Good afternoon, everyone. This is a guest post that appeared on Chris Larsen's blog. Chris is a wonderful writer. I particularly like his first novel and many of his short stories. I'm recording this because I was putting it up for something else anyway, so I kind of enjoy using Periscope for that, for people seeing it live, but I am using the recording for something else also, so feel free to comment or jump in or whatever. This is a guest post about writing and life and choices and all those sorts of things, which I'm going to read out. It's a beautiful day outside the writing hut here in South Carolina. So it's a nice day to be outside, but I'm inside reading a guest post, so you'll get to see that. All right. Again, this is All the Things I'll Never Be, which was guest posted on Chris Larsen's blog. I was a pretty good teacher. The parents and students were happy with me. There's something tough about teaching, though. It is tough in ways that are difficult to describe to someone outside the profession. Even when someone is teaching in a good school with good leadership and good kids, it is still a tough job. When you don't have one or any of those good things, it is even harder. As my health began to decline and doctors discussed life expectancy with me, I started doing the math. The likelihood of me making it to retirement was slim. I had resigned myself to teaching until I died. It was a heavy conclusion, even in my good years. I was never going to be a grandfather with financial security enjoying my golden years. Circumstances changed for my family and decisions had to be made. I took a leap of faith and quit my job to become a full-time writer. I stayed home with my kids and worked to build up my writing career. I got a few breaks, but they'll tell you that you're never going to be a bestseller. They tell you that you can't make a living writing. Money got tight and I almost gave up. I started ghostwriting and doing freelance work to supplement the slow, unsteady money from my own fiction. We got by. We fell behind in rent and I almost gave up again. I stuck it out. We caught up and the money got steady enough that I was paying rent on time again. We finally got insurance again. We live on a slim budget. Being a full-time writer, I may never have the comfortable life that other career paths might provide, but I write for a living and that is something. I started rereading all of Stephen King's novels in order. I want to learn a thing or two about writing from one of my heroes in the craft. It is slow going as I get bogged down in a steep writing schedule. I may be gone before I finish. I may never figure out the answers either. As I reread King, I come to realize that I will never become him in either scope or skill. He is on a different level than me, and his writing covers other planes that I don't reach. I'm slowly getting a feel for my own voice. I know how I tell a story and the notes I strike well while doing it. I'm starting to get an understanding of where the meat is on my steak, so I'm not trying to carve into the bone so much, slicing as if I have a different cut of meat from what I really have. Being the best me I can be means letting go of a number of other ideas that I might never achieve. Chasing some of those ghosts might keep me from being what I'm meant to be or capable of being in an attempt to focus on what I'll never be. Unless I'm making a career of chasing ghosts, which might just be it. I have reason to believe that the Dead Song series I'm beginning may be the voice and definition in my writing that I have been seeking for a while. Time will tell, as time tends to do. Again, that was a guest post that appears on Chris Larsen's blog. Again, I'm using this recording for something else, but did it on Periscope so that it would be on live for people that are interested in that sort of thing. I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining in. If anybody has any questions, I'll take a second or two for that, but then we'll move on to actually doing some writing. I appreciate you listening in. Oh, Babbette Bombshell's on. I've mentioned this in other things, but I forgot to mention her coming on to my very first broadcast. I was nervous, and I didn't call her out when she was on there, giving lots of hearts and all that sort of thing. Babbette is somebody you should be following on here. I'm kind of looking forward to see what she puts on here. She was in the Return to Nukem High Volumes 1 and 2, which the remakes of those, which are out, and does just amazing performance stuff all over the place. But one of the things she does that I think is really cool is these like roast seance things, and she'll pick like two celebrities that died on the same day, and we'll do like a roast seance of them. I was actually kind of hoping that maybe some of those would appear on here. I don't know if they would get reported, but that would be something I think would take Periscope to a new level. So again, Babbette, thank you so much for jumping in this time and last time too. I'm definitely going to be looking out for whatever you put on here. Also, follow her on here, but follow her on Instagram and all the other social media platforms because she does different stuff for each one. It's not where like me and everybody else in the world where we post. She posts, we all post the same things on everything. Like each platform has its own content, so it's worth watching everywhere. So again, thanks Babette, and I'm a big fan of you too. Appreciate it.